What's going on, guys? Welcome back again to my channel. It's been a while since I put a video on this on YouTube. I've done a couple here and there, but you know, we get kind of busy. We got to take care of business out here, as well as you know, with our personal lives and whatnot. Just kind of wanted to share with y'all my birds, my chickens that I have hatched today. Not today, actually. 2 days ago, a couple days ago. We had them inside, but now we brought them out here, and just kind of wanted to go a little bit on what we do here, what I do here on my brood pens. I mean, on my brooders. These are raised up from the ground, right? Because we want to try to keep them clean. I've seen some boxes, and I have made some boxes too, where it's completely solid on all sections, right? And all I do is put some wood chips or maybe a little bit of hay at the bottom. But you know, you got to clean that up, and this saves me a lot of time, right? It saves time, and y'all know time is money. So I do it this way, a little bit in a commercial way, but this is more of a backyard type of thing for me. You know, because we are not big, but I do specialize in trying to get the best I can out of what I have. Soon, eventually, I do plan on making it, I do plan on making it bigger and buying a couple acres, and I do want to have rows of teepees, and I want to have rows of brood pens. Maybe it's just a dream of mine to see that going on. Obviously, to get some of these birds, you have to get the best ones you can, and I feel like if you practice on a small scale, you'll eventually be able to increase your farm, the size of your farm, the size of your operation you have going on. So this here works for us, our small brooders. Slowly but surely I'm gonna add another one, because I do want to have this is basically all we do for the baby chicks. These are biddies here, newborn, I mean just hatched. I have a couple silver bullets in there. Blue zip tie straight comb is what I like. Let me grab one of these guys here. Hopefully you can see the straight comb. There you go. You see that little saw? That's a straight comb. Let me get one of I have some radios in there that are straight comb. I have something. This guy right here. This is a Doc Robinson hatch. You don't see the comb on it. Let's see if it focuses a little better on it. You don't really see the saw on it. That's a pea comb. This guy's falling asleep in my hand. That's a pea comb. If you don't see the saw on it, it's definitely a pea comb. And I know these are my only pea combs out of here. My Doc Robinson hatch comes pea comb all the time. Occasionally I'll get a straight comb, but I prefer the pea comb just to make it easier and simple when I pile them up in the incubator, or whether I'm using hands or incubators. Makes it a lot easier for me to use eggs, you know, having to wait for a hen to lay eggs to completely fill the incubator. It's time consuming. You don't want to wait till the eggs get old, so I just go ahead and throw my pea comb in there. And so yellow legs radios, they always come straight comb and yellow leg. And if I'll throw them, and they look the same color, that little chipmunk color, that's what they'll look like. You can see they're all uniform as babies, except for that one. That is a, what is this? Moran, no, not Moran. That is a, I forgot the name of those chickens. Americana. That's what it is, an Americana. The Easter eggers. Well, Easter egger will be a hybrid, Americana hybrid, but Americana pure. It's an Easter egger actually, because the cock is hybrid, whatever. We won't get into that. But as you can tell, these chicks are pretty much uniformed already. I have in here, I have radios. What is it? Red, purple, and red radio zip tie. That's how I go based with zip ties. And I have something I call blues, and this guy is it right here. They'll come lighter. Yellow zip tie blues, and the light is blinding me. Excuse me. Straight comb. Let's see if we can see that little saw. Let it focus. Yeah, you see that saw? It's like a little saw on his head. There it is. Yeah, I could see it. Especially out here, if you look at it, my eyes work a little better than my camera. But yeah, these are my blues. I do like my blues. Straight comb and pea comb. Blues are nothing. They're not blue face hatch. It's a bird that I'm working on. Originally started using a radio and a kelso. A kelso, because it was a blue-legged kelso hen that came out of some kelsos that I used to have back in the day. But I discontinued the kelsos. I just wanted to use that hen. And I used, check this guy out here, bathing in the light. And I used the kelso hen with a radio cock. Really good radio cock that I had, really good producer, and so was the hen. Most of the offspring will come out blue-legged, like the majority of them. I'm not an expert on colors, right? And then I'm not an expert on colors, so we went on and did so I can't really break it down because I don't focus on that. All I do is select whatever I want and I keep it and I breed it. And the more I breed that certain type of characteristic that I like, that I want, the more birds will come out like that. So I just love watching these little guys fall asleep, and I start familiarizing myself with them. As I see them, I see which one stands out, you know, and I keep my eye on them. As they're babies, that's when I keep my eye on them. My blues are doing really good. I had a lot of success with the blues, and I've been focusing on growing these guys. My radios too, I wanted to take out the radios. I wanted to stop breeding them, but all of a sudden they blew up. This is the same birds. All of a sudden they blew up and they started coming out. They started coming out 10 times better. And you know, I like them, so I keep on breeding them. Obviously I bred the ones that came out better. That's the ones I stuck with. And I'm actually gonna keep them a couple more years. A lot of times people give up on their birds because they're not coming out as they want them to come out. Let's say you had success with the birds before, and as you're breeding them, and this goes out to somebody that knows how to breed. Now I don't want to say that somebody that has a little more experience breeding, okay? I don't want to say that some people don't know how to breed. I don't want to be pointing fingers at nobody, but what I'm trying to say is this pretty much goes to somebody that's already been breeding for years, and they understand it. They have more practice with it. And I came close to getting rid of the radios because, like I said, they were doing real good, and all of a sudden they were plateau, you know, which is still okay, but they were not keeping up. You know, they weren't keeping up, so they were just didn't get any better. All of a sudden they blew up and they started doing really good. So I said, hey, what the heck, let me go ahead and start breeding them again, right? Let me discard that plan of getting rid of them and keep breeding them because they're doing really good. So just a tip of an advice, a tip. Sometimes for somebody that's been breeding a breed that has been working for you for years, and then they either plateau or they don't get any better. I mean, you know, same thing, same difference. They stay the same and they don't, you know, and you thinking about getting rid of them, or they get a little worse, you can say. Be patient. Sometimes they're gonna get better. You know, a lot of people give up and they add something else to it, try to make them better, you know. But I'm here to tell you that they can get better by keep on breeding them, you know. And I feel that that's gonna be better, because if you add something else, you're adding something else for somebody else. Lord knows what they added to it. Lord knows how they had them. You know, unless you know the person. Either way, everything that you worked for, all the work that you maintained and kept, and you know, either made better or whatever. But the genetics are there. If you introduce something else to it, it completely changes everything. It starts all over again from the beginning. And you know, that's good and all, right? Because you're just trying to get something better, because you're pretty much threw in the towel and you're trying to go another route to improve them. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes things change all of a sudden. They'll start coming out great. I know time is money and people don't want to lose time, right? But that's how a lot of people keep on going back to this older breeders, or this breeders that are they're doing things right, you know, because they have that grandfather stock, you know, a grandparent stock. I mean, and it's there and they work it, you know. I said this on many other videos too. The tighter the bloodline is, the more okay, how do I say this word without trying to sound all scientific? The more homozygous your bloodline is, meaning that the tighter the bloodline is, the tighter you keep the bloodline, the better results you are gonna have whenever you do your crosses. You know, a lot of people use purebreds and they use them and it works for them, but a lot of people prefer to do hybrid crosses. And for you guys that like to do hybrid crosses and want to get good results, I highly suggest you keep those birds pure, and it's gonna happen. You know, sometimes they'll make real good with a bloodline, and then sometimes they won't. But you keep on working that individual bloodline. Let's say, for instance, radio. You keep on working that radio bloodline and improving that radio bloodline, and obviously, you know, hang in there. Don't be impatient, and it eventually come out to where they start crossing better. You know, they'll be able to cross better with the other birds or the other strains that you have or other people have, whatever. You know, but just a little tip of advice, a little bit of a chicken talk. Getting a couple of birds that are hatching. I got a lot of work to do. We're cleaning these chickens here, cleaning the brood pens, cleaning their containers, their water containers, getting the extension cords ready. So we got a little bit more work to do. Next video, stay tuned. I'm gonna make a video about which is better, either using incubators or using a hen. So y'all stay tuned, guys. Thank you for stopping by, and you know, thank you for hearing me. Thank you for listening to me talk about these chickens here. It's just content that obviously it's entertaining. I find entertaining listening to other people's content. So if you guys have game birds and you know feel like y'all can share whatever y'all want to share, post it out there. The more the better. You know, more entertainment for us breeders, or us game bird breeders, the better for all of us. You know. So y'all stay tuned, stay posted, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, hit the bell button. I'm gonna be uploading a couple more videos later on, so make sure y'all get some notifications of that. Thanks again for listening to me talk about my chickens and just sitting out here. admiring these new beauties. You guys have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.